Hello and welcome back to Happy Hour. Again, I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Right over here, we have James Radford. And James, thank you so much for coming in on the show. I'm very excited because reading through the newsletter here, I've learned a lot about what you're doing and, of course, talking to you off camera. But I want you to share with us, what is it that you're involved with? What is Kids Cove?
Kids Cove is Kids Cove Respite Home. It's basically an opportunity for us to provide respite care that foster families need to be able to get a break. Yeah. And also to give the foster kids a break by giving them a fun vacation that they wouldn't normally get to have. The state of Missouri only pays for 1 day per child per month of respite care. Okay. Respite care is basically defined as folks, respite care providers are folks who are trained in how to care for kids in the foster system. 99% of the time they're foster parents themselves. And so it's just part of the licensing we do. The problem is since it is mostly foster families that are doing it, it's hard to find somebody that is willing to step up and go, oh yeah, I'll watch your kids for 24 hours so you can go get a break when I've got 10 kids here and I'm going nuts.
Yeah.
And so because the state only provides 24 hours per day per month, we said, okay, how can we fix this? It's easy to complain about it. How can we fix it? So my solution was, well, let's start a respite care home and let's give those families a week, a month of a break and a date night a week that they can get away. And then on the date nights, we'll even let you bring your bio kids with you as well, so you don't have to worry about trying to find care for everybody. We'll just take care of everybody for you for a night, and you can just get out and take a break.
So, James, how did you get into this? What made you? This is such a great idea and a great thing, especially for those that have foster kids. So, how did you get involved in this?
Well, this was this way of doing things, or the way we're setting this up, is modeled after a place called Coyote Hill Children's Home, which my wife and I started at back in 2020, 2 weeks before the pandemic started.
Oh, yeah.
And before that, we were actually traveling the country. We'd been homeless in Sacramento, California, so we were refugees, and we didn't have any place to go. So my wife and I were at dinner one night, and she said, what does success look like to you? And I said, well, it doesn't look like couch surfing and staying with your parents any longer. Yeah. And she said, well, I've got an idea. Let's just sell everything and buy an RV and hit the road. And I said, are you my wife? Who is this person?
Who are you?
That's not you at all. And so that's what we did. We got rid of everything. We packed up and we hit the road and we traveled east. And the Lord said, I'll tell you when to stop. And my wife said, well, let's make sure it's not Missouri. And so here we are in Missouri.
Yep, there you go. Yep. God will take you to where He wants to take you. So you started in the home, and the rest is history.
Yeah, we started at Coyote Hill Children's Home. Through the pandemic, we were watching kids. Our youngest kid at that point was my daughter. She was 3 or 4 years old at the time. Then we had 2 sibling sets of girls that were between 11 and 15.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 boys that were both 8 years old. And then we had our 2 older boys that were both like 12 and 15 at the time, or 16 at the time. And so we started out there just doing respite care. And then we did that through the summer. And then that October, we moved into the Zimmer home with that group of kids. And the rest is history. We actually moved here in 2022. We brought 2 of the girls with us, one of which we adopted. And now she's off and with her significant other now, and they've got a baby coming, so about to be a grandpa, which is kind of weird. And here we are. So
that is so great. So there's a need for the Kids Cove and what you're doing. How can people get involved, and what is it that you're needing right now to make this thing really unfold and really happen?
Well, the need is great. Let me start by saying that. About 50% of families who start in foster care don't renew their license after 2 years. Yeah. Across this area, we're down by about 28% on foster families from 2 years ago. And the need for foster families is exponential.
Yeah. And so then also the need to give them a break is equally important. Right. So I love that you're able to step in and do this.
Yeah, and so what we need right now is we're just trying to get the word out about what's going on in the foster community. The other thing that people don't consider is 1 in 5 kids in Camden County are being raised by grandparents. And so that's a whole nother spectrum of kids that and grandparents that need a break.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing right now is this is a grassroots effort.
Yeah.
We're going to start with what we have here. We're hoping to raise $90,000 this year to get Kids Cove off the ground. And then from there, we're going to find other ways to be able to meet those needs.
Yeah. And you have a crawfish boil coming up May 16th, right?
We do, yeah.
It's a live auction?
We do, and it's out at a property we own in Versailles. The goal is to get contractors and other folks out there to see the property with the hopes of bringing some people alongside to help us finish it so we can auction that property off to raise the rest of the funds we need for the rest of the year and years to come.
Yeah, this is just amazing. Now, where can they go to get your newsletter or to read more about the information and maybe to be a sponsor or to be able to give?
Yeah, our website is www.kidscoverespitehome.org, and we're using Give Butter for our fundraising efforts. So you can click on the link there and give.
Very cool.
And also sign up for our newsletter.
Well, great. Well, James, thank you so much for coming in, and good luck with everything. And please go check them out online and give. What a great thing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful rest
You
of your
too.
day. And we have more happy hour coming up right after this. You stay right there.